What's up guys, Dubai Catch here and welcome back to another video. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's huge point of pride for the UAE and its citizens. And of course, it's the country's rapidly rising passport power. According to the latest Henley Passport Index, the UAE has achieved something truly remarkable, cracking the top 10 most powerful passports globally and coming in at an impressive 9th spot. This represents an impressive rise of 53 places from its 62nd ranking back in 2006 when the index first started tracking passport strength. The Henley Passport Index measures how travel-friendly a country's passport is. It looks at how many destinations around the world the holders of that passport can visit either visa-free or with visa on arrival access. And the UAE's visa-free score for 2024, a whopping 185 countries and territories. To put that in perspective, it means an Emirati citizen can travel to nearly 82% of the world without having to go through the hassle of applying for a visa beforehand. This achievement is extraordinary when you consider where the UAE was positioned on this index just 17 years ago. And to climb the 53 ranks in that time frame is virtually unheard of when it comes to the world of passport power rankings. It's truly a testament to the country's rapidly rising global profile, influence, and strategic policy making. As Dr. Stefan, the CEO of Henley and Partners, which publishes the index, the UAE's meteoric ascent is the result of deliberate and concentrated efforts by the Emirati government to position the UAE as a global hub for business, tourism, and investment. The UAE has also been working tirelessly beyond the scenes on the diplomatic front. They've been strategically negotiating visa waiver agreements with countries around the world, steadily expanding the list of destinations where Emiratis can travel hassle-free. So what does this new profound mobility and passport power translate to from a practical standpoint? Let's break down some of the major benefits. First and foremost, it makes international travel and global business infinitely more seamless and hassle-free for Emiratis. Imagine being able to hop on a flight to most corners of the world at moment's notice without having to worry about the complex entry requirements or the risk of being denied boarding. That's the reality for UAE passport holders now. Secondly, it signals the UAE's continued rise as an influential economic force to be reckoned with on the global stage. And there's a reason why Dr. Stefan emphasized that the countries with higher visa-free scores also tend to enjoy greater GDP per capita, increased foreign direct investment, and more robust international trade relationships. And finally, it's a huge source of pride and convenience for Emiratis themselves. Can you imagine the headache of having to apply for visas every time you wanted to go on a vacation or take a business trip? With the UAE passport's current privileges, that's simply not a concern for the vast majority of the destinations. Now, let's put this top 10 ranking into perspective by taking a closer look at the full list of the world's most powerful passports. Starting in the first place with a perfect visa-free score of 195 destinations, we have Singapore. Then in the second spot, with access to 192 destinations, we see a five-way tie between France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and Spain. And third place, with 191 destinations, is in another impressive seven-way tie, including Austria, Finland, Ireland, Luxembourg, Netherlands, South Korea, and Sweden. The UK, Belgium, Denmark, New Zealand, Norway, and Switzerland are noted up on the fourth place with 190 destinations. And rounding out to the top 5 are Australia and Portugal with 189 destinations apiece. Greece and Poland come in the 6th with 188 destinations, followed by Canada, Czechia, and Hungary, and Malta in 7th with 187. Then we have United States at the 8th place with access to 186 destinations visa-free. Which brings us to the 9th place tie that includes the UAE along with Estonia and Lithuania, all with an access to 185 destinations. And completing the top 10 is a four-way tie between Iceland, Latvia, Slovakia, and Slovenia, who each have a visa-free score of 184. So as you can see, the UAE is keeping some pretty elite company in these upper ranks of passport power. And to be sandwiched between the nations like the US and various European Union heavyweights is hugely impressive for a country that has only been independent for just over 50 years. And what makes the UAE's ranking even more remarkable is the fact that it's the only Arab representative to crack the top 10. Part of what gives the UAE a unique advantage in these rankings is its robust visa on arrival program. While the Henley Index ranking are based primarily on visa-free access, it also factors in destinations where you can obtain a visa or entry permit upon arrival. And the UAE is one of the world's foremost champions of reciprocal visa on arrival agreements, especially for citizens of the first world nations. This policy has gone a long way towards boosting its passport power and overall global mobility score. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, sure, but is having a powerful passport really that big of a deal? It's just easier travel, right? Well, yes, the convenience factor of being able to show up to the most countries around the world and simply get waved through is huge. But it goes far beyond just that. You have to understand that a country's passport strength is essentially a proxy for its diplomatic relationships, economic integration, and overall global reputation and stability as a nation. The more countries that are willing to open their borders to your citizens without excessive vetting, the more it signals broad trust, acceptance, and in many ways, deference to your national policies and stature on the world stage. It's why the most global influential countries with robust economies and leadership positions in international affairs, places like Singapore, European Union members, the UK, US, Canada, Australia, you name it, all tend to have the most powerful passports. There's a reason you don't see nations plagued by instability, economic crisis, conflict, or rogue governments are anywhere near the top of these rankings. So for the UAE to be vaulting up towards the upper rank of passport power and influence is a symbolic of its transition into a truly global superpower, one that is seen as a safe, stable, economically prosperous, and diplomatically connected international hub. The Emirati leadership clearly understood the importance of this and made it a key priority to integrate the UAE's identity and policies towards having a world-leading passport. And this didn't happen by accident. It was a strategic effort over many years. It starts from the top with the visionary leadership and the guidance of the UAE's rulers who have cultivated this national brand of being an open, globally minded, secure, and opportunistic place to visit, invest, do business, and lay down the roots. You can see it manifest through policies like the UAE's Golden Visa program, which aims to retain global talent and investors by providing them a 10-year residency. And this long-term thinking is crucial for building a knowledge-based economy, attracting the best and the brightest from around the world. Then there is the recent introduction of the remote work visas that capitalize on the digital nomad wave and attraction more skilled expats professionals. This move shows the UAE's ability to quickly adapt to global trends and position itself as a leader in the future of work. We can't overlook the drive to continually expand and deepen air transport agreements, opening up more flight routes and airport infrastructure to solidify the UAE's position as a global transit and logistics hub. The success of airlines like Emiratis and Etihad and the development of world-class airports in Dubai and Abu Dhabi have played a huge role in connecting the UAE to this world. And this is a country that realized the world was only going to become more mobile and more interconnected in the future. And it took the deliberate steps to craft an environment, legal framework, and identity that would appeal to this globalizing world. And the payoff, becoming a magnet for hundreds of billions in foreign direct investment and millions of expats and skilled workers calling the UAE home, and a diverse, multinational economy that's deeply intertwined with virtually every corner of the world. And the passport power is both a symbolic and very practical reflection of the UAE's integration and relevance on the global scale. It's a tangible asset that opens doors for Emirati citizens and businesses around the world. And this ranking as the 9th most powerful passport worldwide is undoubtedly a milestone for the UAE. But I'd argue it's still just the beginning of what we're going to see in terms of the Emirates' global influence and connectivity. When you look at the growth trajectory for the UAE's passport strength over the past 17 years, rising over 50 ranks, there's no reason to think that this ascent is just going to slow down anytime soon. If anything, it might accelerate as the country's economic and diplomatic authority continues to grow. As the country diversifies its economy beyond oil and positions itself as a leader in future industries, its global importance will only increase. And you have to figure more and more nations are going to be incentivized to sign visa-free and visa-on-arrival agreements with the UAE for their citizens as this growth story continues. The economic benefits of closer ties with the UAE are becoming impossible to ignore for countries around the world. I could legitimately say that the UAE is cracking the top 5, maybe even the top 3 of these global passport power rankings within the next decade or two. It's progressing that rapidly and shows no signs of slowing down. So for a country that was quite literally born in desert sands just over 50 years ago, to now be vaulting into the elite stratosphere of international prestige and mobility is nothing short of remarkable. It's a testament to the vision of the country's founders and hard work of its people. It's one of those achievements that only holds immense practical value for Emirati citizens and the country's growth trajectory, but it's also just a huge source of national pride. It is a tangible symbol of how far the nation has come in such a short period of time. There's no denying it. The UAE is truly stamping its mark on the global stage, and this latest passport power ranking is just the latest validation of that reality. I leave it with that, and if you like this informative video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and we have it here, Dubai Catch signing off.